let me say this first for those people that didn't see the halftime video. You're not going to see me on here. I'm not one of these people that's going to get on here and try to tell you this game didn't matter and it didn't mean anything and Georgia just didn't show up and all that. That's not me. Georgia got absolutely brutalized in this game, period. Texas was the better team. Texas dominated the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. Offensively, this was the worst I've seen Georgia play in recent memory. They looked absolutely lost. They never even got off the bus. It was pitiful. It was sad. Turnovers, overthrown passes, Jake Fromm taking sacks again, can't get a first down, can't move the ball. This game was over really in the first half when Texas had the ball the entire game on our side of the field and our offense couldn't get a first down. Turnovers, the 11-yard punt, all those things that kept giving Texas the ball at midfield or closer to our goal line. I think the defense played a pretty good game. They missed some tackles, especially in the first half, but they were on the field for the entire game. This offensive performance today was absolutely pitiful. And I'm not going to come on here and make excuses about how this game didn't matter because it wasn't the playoffs and this and that. This game 100% mattered. This is the Sugar Bowl. So I'm not trying to hear that from any other Georgia. And believe me, there's plenty of them out there that are making that excuse already. Jake Fromm, wow, I don't even know where to start with him. He played absolutely terrible. He missed a wide-open Jeremiah Holloman on the goal line. I believe that was in the first half. Here late in the game, he took a big hit. And then he has, I believe it was Tyler Simmons streaking down the left sideline, overthrows him by 20 yards. Jake Fromm did not play good. Mentally, Jake Fromm was already at the lake. Let's just be real. This guy lives at the lake. Last year, when the season ended, we lost to Alabama. The next day, the guy was out fishing like it was no big deal. Mentally, apparently Jake Fromm's been fishing the entire month of December. I mean, this is just bad. No offensive leadership here. It's the leader's team. It's the leader's job to get the team prepared to play, and that didn't happen. Period. I could go through and list a million excuses of what went wrong or who did what and coaching, all this kind of stuff. There's no point. Georgia got outplayed, period. To me, it doesn't matter what the reason is. Georgia got outplayed by a better team today, period. Texas wanted it more. Texas dominated the line of scrimmage, like I said. I mean, we just, offensively, I don't know what to say about this offensive performance. It was absolutely pitiful. Watching Ehlinger play quarterback, I don't think he's an elite passer of the football, but you can't deny what it means to an offense to have a quarterback that can move around. And Ehlinger is not a dual-threat quarterback, so I'm not, it's not like I'm on here. I'm not one of these people that thinks, oh, you have to have a dual-threat quarterback in modern college football to win anything. I don't necessarily believe that, but it sure is nice, especially after watching this game. Sure is nice. It must be nice. I don't know. I would have no way of knowing. It must be nice to have a quarterback that can move around some. And I already know I'm going to get a bunch of comments saying, you were just saying how good Jake Fromm played the last couple of games of the season. Well, that's because guess what? Jake Fromm played good the last couple of games of the season. I don't understand why it's so hard for people to understand that if a guy plays good, you say he plays good. If a guy plays bad, you say he plays. I don't understand why that's so hard. I don't understand why some people think if a guy plays good in one game and you say, oh, he played good, and then he plays bad the next game and you say, oh, he played bad, they come at you like you're contradicting yourself some kind of way. Listen, Jake Fromm played terrible. The offensive line played terrible. Swift fumbled the ball twice. The receivers didn't want to catch the ball. I mean, this was just pitiful. Pitiful. And now we got to spend the next 8 months, I do anyway, hearing from everybody with a YouTube account and nothing better to do but troll in my comments section about how Georgia got beat by Texas. And no, this game was not close. Yay! It came down to an onside kick at the end. Listen, the last 2 touchdowns that Georgia scored were against Texas prevent defense late in the fourth quarter. Period. We couldn't do anything against Texas's real defense. Yeah, we drove down and scored in 30 seconds against a prevent defense with 6 or 7 minutes to go, right? And then we drove down and scored another pointless garbage touchdown there at the end. which didn't matter, which all that did was keep me dangling on a string until the end of the game when I was ready to give up about midway through the third quarter. But no, we had to go down and score a meaningless garbage touchdown and leave me, dangling in the breeze like an idiot over here. But anyway, hats off to the Texas fans. Y'all were right. I was wrong. Y'all were better. Y'all whooped us. There's no other way to put it. You guys whipped UGA. Period. Congratulations, your 2018 Sugar Bowl champions. I honestly don't know what else to say. I put this loss on the offense, not the defense. I've already seen Georgia fans on social media. Oh yeah, defense gave up 28 points, can't tackle, can't. They're on the field the entire game. I haven't checked the stats yet, but I can't wait to see time of possession. I can't wait to see third down conversion rate in this game. Georgia's third down conversion rate couldn't have been very good. Time of possession couldn't have been very good. Defense was on the field. I went over this in the beginning. Defense was on the field the entire game, backed up the entire game because the offense couldn't get any first downs. 3 and out over and 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 over. Even when Georgia went down and scored that second touchdown, right? That real quick scoring drive, I said, well, this is great. We scored. That's good. But the defense only had 30 seconds to rest on the sideline. They're already wore out. What does the defense do? They stand up. They come out. They gave up one first down there, but then they forced a punt. Georgia gets the ball back there inside the 10-yard line or something, and, of course, goes 3 and out. That was where Fromm overthrew Tyler Simmons streaking down the left sideline. But, listen, this was an embarrassing offensive performance. I mean, one of the worst. And what's frustrating to me, there's a couple of things that's frustrating to me. And a lot of times when I was watching this game, I found myself saying out loud or thinking in my head some of the same things I used to say when Georgia crapped the bed back when we had Mark Richt. No, I'm not throwing the towel in on Kirby or anything like that, so don't even go there with that. But this reminds me of a lot of games that I watched Georgia lose the last 4 or 5 years that Rick was in Athens. Games where it looked like we just didn't even belong on the same field with the team that we were playing. Several Florida games come to mind over the last 5 or 6 years that Rick was in Athens where Georgia had at least as good of a team as Florida and in a lot of cases a better team than Florida and just never got off the bus. There was 2 years in a row we lost 30. I mean, we lost to Trayon Harris. The dude completed one pass, like that kind of stuff. Alabama 2015 in Athens where we just got absolutely ran out of our own building. Watching this game reminded me a lot of that, and I just thought those days were behind us. I hate losing, but if you lose and you feel like, well, your team, like the SEC championship game, that game sucked to lose, but the next day or whatever, I was like, well, the team played good. Alabama's a great team. The team played good, and I'm not saying Texas isn't a great team, but we played terrible today. So it's just frustrating to go out this way. I've got to spend the next 8 months with this taste in my mouth now. But per usual, if Georgia loses, I'm on here for you. So let me have it in the comment sections. I deserve it. This is a trash talk channel. It's not personal to me. A lot of you that watch like to make it personal. That's on you. That says more about you than it does about me, by the way. But anyway, this is a trash talk channel. I talk trash. When Georgia wins, I come on here and say, I told you so. And when Georgia loses, I show up on here, I eat my crow, and I take my medicine. So let me have it in the comments section. I'll make a more detailed video on this tomorrow in the morning or something. Maybe talk about a few of the other bowl games today, too. Hats off to LSU, Kentucky, Ohio State, Texas. Texas is heading in the right direction, I guess. Y'all dirty, though, there at the end. That was some silliness at the end. But that's what happens when a team wins a big game that's just not used to winning, I guess. Texas didn't know how to handle themselves at the end. But a couple of silly fouls y'all made there at the end. A late hit on Jake Fromm. And the guy threw a punch really at our offensive lineman, and he should have been thrown out of the game. They called the personal foul on him or whatever, but yeah, that learn how to win a little better. Anyway, congratulations to the Longhorns. Y'all are better than Georgia this year. See you in 2028 when we come to Austin to play in 2029 in Athens. Have a good one.